UNC has strong roots in this area, but it lost in 2007. What do you think was the reason or reasons why the UNC lost the seat 3 years ago?
Basdio Pandey.
Can you elaborate?
Well, Basdio Pandey's time had come and gone as long ago as 2007. And his remaining as the leader of the United National Congress had resulted in the split into the COP faction and the other remaining United National Party, the United National Congress. So that the vote was split. Our vote was split, and that's why Swarat Singh is squatting in our seat for the last 30 months.
Now, there's a school of thought that says if the UNC and COP had joined together 3 years ago, that it would have remained a UNC seat. But the landscape, the political landscape, the opposition landscape has changed so much, even in just the last 4 months, that there's the other school of thought that says, well, you can't just say, have the two parties come together, now 3 years later, as they have, the seat will go back to UNC hands because things are different. It's a different equation. You're evidence of that difference and how much it's changed. Are you confident that now with a combined force, St. Joseph can return to UNC hands?
Well, of course, it will return to the United National Congress. You must not forget that the dynamics are somewhat different, as you quite correctly pointed out. You have the People's Partnership element. You have the Kamala-mania, the desire of many people in the country to have a woman lead us for the first time, not just because she's a woman, but because she's a woman that people trust. She's also a very bright woman, intelligent and very bright. She has been a member of parliament for many years, and she has served as a cabinet minister. So she is the ideal candidate to lead the United National Congress into government, and certainly a win in the constituency. You also have the energizing of all the people who are opposed to the arrogance of Patrick Manning and his government, their poor governance, their disregard of pensioners. Pensioners are living in the past, but they're being paid with past wages, but living in the present. So they are not doing very well, and their plight is not being addressed. You have the insecurity of public sector workers with the attempt to implement the infamous Revenue Authority. You also have the absence of the Basdio Pandey fallout. You have the unpopularity of Patrick Manning himself. The only thing that is a significant challenge to the opposition is house padding. The reality of the situation is that at Upper Mendez Drive, at Mountain View, as well as in Ramguli lands in the southeastern end of the constituency of St. Joseph, approximately 3,000 new voters with new residences have come into the system, and they may pose a challenge to win over. I have no doubt that when I address the people of Upper Mendez Drive, because I live on Upper Mendez Drive, I have no doubt that they will come to understand that they don't have to be grateful anymore to the government for the housing that they have benefited from. It is not a grant, it's not a gift to them, by the government. They are paying for it. And as the parliamentary representative, I will see what steps I can take to help them settle in to their new homes. If it means that there's got to be a rebate on the price, we will do a proper valuation of what they got, and they will get money, they will get value for money for what they have obtained. We have many other areas. We have the Ramguli lands. There are about 14 buildings, 3- and 4-story buildings that have gone up in the space of the last 5 years. Now that is quite a few voters, in excess of 2,000 voters. Many of the houses are unoccupied, but the people have keys to them, and they have been able to convince the Elections and Boundaries Commission that they live there. So I have to deal with that issue as well. I have no doubt, having regard to the reception that I have been receiving from the traditional support of the PNM in St. Joseph in particular, and the brethren who are now coming down from the hills, from My Tower, from Upper Mount Dore, those areas, who are coming into the House of the Rising Sun,